Hey guys, what's up? We just wanted to give you guys a quick update. Genevieve just met with
Dr. Ferris, the principal at Creekside Middle School, and Miss Tubbs, the assistant principal.
Yeah, and I just came along for the ride.
It was a great meeting.
Yeah, why don't you tell them a little bit about why you came and some of the things you presented real quick, just to kind of, and then we'll tell you kind of why we did it.
Well, we came here to talk about SEL and what it means to us and what we know it means to them. And we launched into all of the different little topics, the progressive movement in sexual education, racism, a little bit about everything. We touched on everything, and we wanted to make sure that they knew that we knew, not just us two, but all you parents out there. We know what's going on in the schools. We know what's going on outside of Indiana as well, and we do not need it infiltrating the school system. Not a tiny bit. We don't need it playing footsie with critical race theory.
Right.
So we touched on all of that.
Yeah, and we printed out a bunch of stuff. I mean, everybody that sent in things to either Unified or different groups, trust me, it gets passed around to us. So she did a great job in printing up several things from different teachers, where there was a story about, separating kids, oppressors. She did, books from the the die officer, all these different things. And we presented that to them to say, hey, look, this is coming to your schools. It might even be in your schools. And we, asked them to tell us how they felt about this. For the most part, they said that, hey, we're trying to keep things, politics at the door. So they're saying the right things, but the question is, are they going to do the right things?
I think they know that sometimes that doesn't happen, and they have to reevaluate with some of the teachers. The most important thing is, don't be afraid to speak up.
Right.
Show up, come here, do what we did. When you're feeling it, let it out. Come, have a meeting, send an email, write the board members. To me, I think the face-to-face is more important. Sometimes those emails can get lost. Maybe you're waiting around for a response. You don't get the one you want. We had over an hour here with Dr. Ferris and Miss Tubbs, and it was a good meeting. It was just about having the conversation, letting them know that parents are keeping an eye on them.
And that we don't need this stuff in here. Like she said, we don't need it. We don't want it. It's not helpful. And so we encourage you, print stuff out. Don't just do hearsay. Don't just say, my friend said this. Have dates, if possible, have teachers' names, have situations, because having the paper and handing it out is really a strong statement, because that means that you're keeping track of it. And then come with 2 or 3 people. I know that most parents are not used to, sitting down with administrators. It can feel a little intimidating. So get 2 or 3 people together. Each of you guys have your stories. Each of you can be assigned. You talk about critical race. You talk about, the LGBT indoctrination. You talk about mask. That way, not one person has to remember everything. So we encourage you to do that, because if all of you do that, it keeps the teachers in check. It keeps them in check. At the very least, now with Dr. Ferris, he can't say, "Oh, I didn't know." Right? We warned him. We said, this is coming. This is here. So how are you going to prevent it?
And here's what we're seeing. Here are the books that are in your school. Here are some of the books that have been pushed, either by the die officer or even in the elementary school where my daughter just graduated from. So it's there. It's definitely there. Let them know that you know.
Yeah, and just say, this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. We're not gonna stand for it. And you got to keep on at it. And I'm sure this will not be the first time you'll be back. And you did a great job today.
I hope I don't have to come back, but I'm happy to come here, and I'm happy to support any of you out there that need me with you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Just want to give you a quick update. See you later.